Hello everyone, Jamarcus here, and I'm here with MDC, the Mafia Draft Championship, Kioma's new league now that Mafia is over in SPDA. And this is the middleweight division, which is not like skill-based ranking, but it's just regular Polydex. And I happen to join it. Here I am. Glad to be here. I got 6th pick, I think. Let me check. That is correct. I got 6th pick. I wanted to try something new. Um, I was gonna draft Val if it made it back to me, but I don't think it did. Or I just decided to go with this Pokemon anyways. If you can't tell, we drafted a while ago. I picked up Great Tusk. Rapid Spin. My next Pokemon. No, Great Tusk is cool. Gives me Stealth Rock, 3 spins, gives me knockoff, great coverage outside of its incredible stab. Ice Spinner, uh, Temper Flare, Supercell Slam, Head Smash. A lot of high power moves on this guy. Can run special with Flash Cannon and Psy Shock, probably not. Heavy Slam's cool for bulky fairies, because this guy's probably pretty heavy. Mega Horn Play Rough too, I didn't even realize that. Taunts cools and Headbutt if you face like a Sneasler. Although Sneasler probably just dies a ground move. Roar's cool too. A lot of cool options. Can be very bulky. Check like any physical attacker you needed to, except for like Banded Rillaboom. Or like really offensive. Booster attack, rapid spin. Once you get a speed boost, pretty threatening. Booster speed, good Scarfer, especially a good Scarfer on the team style. I put it on, as you'll see. Next one I pick up is Roaring Moon. I wanted another strong knockoff user. Wanted a U-turner. I loved using this guy last time I used it, so I think it'll be a good time again. A bit of a theme going on, you might notice. After I picked Roaring Moon, a couple people were like, "Oh, Jamarcus is drafting the Sun team." I am. But I wanted to throw that off a little bit. So my next pick was Enam. I'm like, okay, well, look guys, I picked Enam. I'm not drafting a Sun team. Um, good man. Gives me a ground immune. Not a great one, but it's a ground immune. Another, like a mixed attacker's nice, but mainly special, because I had two really physical guys here. So mixed attacker's nice. Setup, really good Scarfer, really good Specs user, good breaker. Breaks down steel types pretty nicely. Great coverage in Earth Power, Sludge Bomb, Psychic, Mystical Fire, Weather Ball. Didn't realize that until after I drafted it, but it has Weather Ball. That's cool. Speed tiers are looking pretty nice. 119 is my fastest. I'm okay with that. It's a little on the low end for my fastest mon, but I can work with it. 106 and 87. Totally fine. I pick up Mew next to try and throw off people from me drafting Sun. Gives me another Stealth Rocker, which is nice. Gives me a Spikes user, which I didn't have yet, and T-Spikes, which is cool. It's Mew, can do whatever. I've never used it, but it should be fun. I think it'll support the team pretty well. Can be set up, can be bulk, another good choice user. All my mons can be choiced. Both choice Scarfer, mostly on Mew. But yeah, I think it should be fun. This is mid-tier Terra, by the way. My next mod that I pick up, I'll do it in draft order, is Venusaur. I am drafting Sun, spoilers, and this is Terra Venusaur. You gotta have a Chlorophyll guy on Sun, I feel like. You can just do Proto Spam, but I wanted Venusaur. I saw Terra Venusaur, that's the reason I drafted Sun. I wouldn't have drafted Sun if it wasn't for Terra Venusaur. Should be fun. Growth, dual stab, Earth Power, and Weather Ball for coverage for the Steel types. That's pretty much all the coverage you really get on this thing, but it's all you really need. Although with Terra, I do have Terra Blast for extra coverage if I need it. As for Terra types, I did Fairy, because Enam is my Fairy type. Having a backup Fairy is nice, especially because my Steel type. Actually, I do get another Fairy type, I lied, but it's a Steel Fairy, spoilers. So having like a backup offensive Fairy type could be nice. And also, Terra Blast Fairy plus Earth Power, pretty nice coverage, especially when you have Weather Ball for that Corviknight. It's pretty much everything neutrally. Another knockoff user is cool as well. I could run this thing physically, probably won't, but I could. Then I pick up Ninetales next because it's Sun. I need Ninetales. I'm not drafting Torkoal. I think it's a fraud. Ninetales is way better for offensive Sun teams, which if you're building Sun, it should be an offensive team. I feel like. Um, why is this thing better than Torkoal? Encore, Baton Pass, and Healing Wish, mostly, and speed. Torkoal is just kind of forced to hard switch out unless you're bringing eject pack or eject button every week, which probably not good. You probably want Heat Rock. It's nice that cause I have a great Tusk on my team because Ninetales really hates rocks, but Tusk is a great spinner, especially when you have Sun attack booster. So those ghost types switching in don't want to take that knockoff. Ninetales should be pretty fun. It was an option for Terra, but I couldn't Terra Ninetales and Venusaur, and I thought Terra Venusaur was way better. So that's why I did that. The nice thing about Sun I realized as building is quite a few of your mandatory Pokemon are pretty cheap. Like Venusaur's 13 points, and that's one of my like premier offensive Pokemon. And then Ninetales I needed, it was 9 or 10 points, which means I have points to afford one more big guy. So I just Walking Wake. Still left on the board. I'm like, okay, I need a water type. It's like the best Sun user ever, probably. Great special breaker, which my team was leaning a little physical. I had Venusaur and Enam, but my top two fully physical. So having a great special breaker alongside Enamorous will be great. Really hard to switch into. Primarina is really the only thing that can take this thing's hits. And like maybe Blissey, I don't know. But even Blissey might take a lot from Sun boosted specs, special attack booster, Hydro Steam. Can run physical. Like if I face Blissey, I can just run like Dragon Claw, Dragon Dance. Probably bad, but I could. Another knockoff user is cool. So if like I think I'm gonna face like AV spam for like Venusaur, Enam, Wake, I can use Wake early to knock off the special walls. Should be pretty good. Scald user too. Gotta love Scald. Roar. Probably just gonna be bringing specs every week to be honest, but that's Walking Wake. I don't have a Steel type, I don't have a Flying Resist. So I'm gonna get that. I pick up Klefki. I wanted Tinkaton. I think I got taken really early, so I couldn't draft it. But Klefki has some things that are better and some things that are worse than Tinkaton. It's a little less bulky, at least on the special side. But it has prankster screens as opposed to non-prankster screens, which is nice. Prankster T-Wave is really nice. Spikes instead of Stealth Rocks, we'll take. Can be set up. Prankster Sunny Day is cool if I really don't want to bring Ninetales. Foul Play is interesting. Trick Room, my team doesn't really need it, but maybe my next couple guys, spoilers, might use Trick Room. Only one of them, really. So that's Klefki. It's my Steel type. Is it a good Steel type? Probably not, but I didn't have room for another Steel type, so that's what we get. Next up, I have 7 points left for 2 more Mon, or actually for 1 more Mon. I only had to draft 1 Mon, but no Mon at 7 points felt like it fit the team. So I saw a Pokemon at 4 points that I thought looked great on the team. So I picked that up in Rotom, regular old Rotom. Don't have an electric or a ghost type, so fill some typings. I'm ground weak, gives me levitate. Gives me another wisp user, gives me T-Wave, gives me a pivot, gives me a really good choice scarfer. Like I feel like my whole team can be choice scarf. For 4 points, and it's a Terra Captain as well. I think it's a pretty good mon. Like I feel like I'm really weak to like Rillaboom Sneasler. So Klefki's pretty good into Sneasler. Maybe it'll show up for that week, or just Prankster T-Wave, I don't know. I got options, but it should be fun. Kind of overlapping roles with Klefki in some ways, T-Wave and screens. But Rotom can pivot, which is nice. As for Terra types, on this fine lad, I do Steel because Terra Steel Levitate's broken, Terra Fairy because can never have too many fairies, and Terra Water because Walking Wake's my only water type. So having a backup one could be good. Last up, I got 3 points left. My Ghost Resist is a Roaring Moon. So Spectre, kind of scary. Like Scarf Spectre can literally sweep me if Roaring Moon takes some chip. So gotta watch out for that. Which is why I pick up the quintessential low point normal type for the Spectre matchup. Did I draft Komala? No. I drafted a way cooler Pokemon ingredient. I think this thing's good. For 3 points, pretty bulky. Set up potential in sword stance. Really easy to set up because you're so bulky and you have cheek pouch. So you're guaranteed a sword stance. Also has belly drum. A little harder to use, but belly drum cheek pouch. Click belly drum on the switch, get back to full HP. You get a kill. I feel like this thing's a mini Snorlax. And I can tear at this thing, which is nice. All the coverage it needs really in Earthquake. And it has knockoff too, which is great. For the ghost types, Earthquake for the rocks and steel types. But I also had just enough points left to Terra this thing as well. So I go with Terra Fairy, because you can never have too many fairy types. Terra Blast Fairy plus Earthquake, again, great coverage. I do Terra Ghost, because fighting types. And Terra Blast Ghost is one of the best Terra types, like offensively. If I'm not facing a Ghost Resist, I'm bringing Trick Room, Belly Drum, Terra Blast Ghost, getting 3 kills. Probably not. The Terra Ground Last is for stronger Earthquakes. Could be Terra Fire, though, for Wisp and to help against, like, Corviknight. Should be a fun mod. Trailblaze, it's a little too slow to use it. Base 20 speed. Yikes. One of the slowest Pokemon I've ever drafted, I think. I don't mind the team. I think it's pretty good. There's 2 of them there. Not the worst team I've ever drafted by any means. It's better than my mono water type in heavyweight and Ubers. I think it's very threatening. There's some holes. It's a little ground weak. It's a little ghost weak. A little fairy weak, maybe. I got double dragon and a fighting type. My fairy resists Klefki, Venusaur, and Ninetales. But it's alright. A little light on the hazards too. Only 2 rockers and 2 spikers. I like having more than that, but we can make it work. I'm most excited to use Mew, probably, to be honest. But Terra Venusaur and Sun should be fun as well. I'd say there's like 7 great Pokemon on the team. Maybe not great. Ninetales is not great. But Ninetales is coming to the game if Terra Venusaur is, probably. It'll be fun to use, is what I'm getting at. I can bring every Pokemon on this team multiple weeks, I think. Rotom and Greedent are both very bringable Pokemon. I sometimes end up drafting 1-pointers that just never show up. But I think these guys can actually show up. They seem pretty strong. That is my draft analysis for middleweight. I think week 1 starts next week, maybe 2 weeks, I don't remember. But you'll be seeing week 1 go up at some point. Will I do live comms? Time will tell. I don't have a good track record with them. I lost 3 games in a row doing live comms. So who knows? Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.